is a presentation of the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. Commit to the G.
Deep straightaway three. Oh, net! Hesitates. Now drives. Wide open land. Good. 1.9 to go. Wheeler's done it again. 1.9. Walton to Wheeler to the basket. Layup. Good. He got it to spin off the front of the rim. To Brown. From driving lane. Good. Around the rim. Count it and a foul. Wheeler with 6 on the clock. Oh, to Edwards. Two-handed. High flying above the rim. Jamaroon. Wow.
On the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network, this is Georgia Basketball. Brought to you by Grindhouse Killer Burgers. Live fast, eat well with Grindhouse Killer Burgers. And Piedmont Healthcare, the official healthcare provider for the Georgia Bulldogs. This is the Grindhouse Killer Burgers Bulldog Courtside Show. Now, to Courtside, along with Chuck Dowdle, here's the voice of the Bulldogs, Scott Howard.
Hi again, everyone, and welcome to another night of Georgia Bulldogs basketball. Tonight from Stegman Coliseum in Athens, as undefeated Georgia will play its final game before the Christmas break. And going back to last season's abrupt ending, the Bulldogs are riding a 7-game winning streak, the longest for the program in a decade. Tonight, Georgia will try to extend that streak when the Dogs face the Northeastern University Huskies. Coach Bill Cohen's team has been on a scheduling roller coaster this season. Already, his squad has had 5 games wiped from its slate due to virus concerns. Northeastern brings a 1-3 record to Athens as the Huskies make their first trip to Stegman Coliseum. For Georgia, tonight's contest is about continuing to improve, which the Bulldogs are doing with 8 new players on the roster. It's one final chance to oil the engine before conference play begins next week. It's a battle of canines tonight in Athens as the Bulldogs host the Huskies. The Bulldogs Courtside Show is brought to you by Grindhouse Killer Burgers. Live fast, eat well with Grindhouse Killer Burgers. Our producer-engineer tonight in Athens is Adam Gillespie. Zach Jewell is our network studio host and producer. Chuck Dowdle will join me when we return to Athens right after this on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
It's time for the Dogs to eat.
Beats Fagan. Windmill. Lay-in. Good. Ty Fagan. Dribble drive. Scoop shot. Good. Right down the lane. He got him on the crossover. Rebound. Kamara leans in and scores with the kiss. Wheeler down the lane. Drops it up with a bounce to Kamara. He flushes with 2 hands. Finds a spot on the fringe range. A 25-footer. Still by Brown. It could be a little shoot time with a 2-handed dunk.
On the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network, welcome to live play-by-play coverage of Dogs basketball. Georgia basketball is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Piedmont Healthcare, the official healthcare provider for the Georgia Bulldogs. And by State Farm. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Now, alongside Chuck Dowdle, let's go courtside and join the voice of the Bulldogs, Scott Howard.
Dog fans, the official Georgia basketball game program has gone fully digital and is now free to access. The paperback game program no longer offered. Thing of the past. So log on to georgiadogs.com/digital to get everything you need to know heading into tonight's game against the Northeastern Huskies. Go to georgiadogs.com/digital. Starting lineups for the Georgia Bulldogs. Georgia off to a 6-0 start this season. Tom Crean in his 3rd year as the head coach. His starting 5 tonight will be 5'10 sophomore Sahvir Wheeler, 6'8 sophomore Toumani Kamara, 6'5 graduate transfer Justin Kier, 6'3 junior Ty Fagan, and 6'6 graduate transfer P.J. Horn. Northeastern at 1-3 on the year, coached by Bill Cohen in his 15th season. He'll have 6'8 Jason Strong, 6-foot guard Tyson Walker, 6'9 junior Greg Eboigbaden, Coleman Stuka, a 6'7 freshman, and Shaquille Walters, a 6'6 redshirt junior transfer. We've got the tip for you back after this on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. starting lineups about to be announced here inside Stegman Coliseum for Georgia and Northeastern tonight. Before we get to that, let's pause 10 seconds. Station identification on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. It's time for our keys to the game presented by the Ford F-150. It's more than a truck. It's your starting point guard. Learn more at buyfordnow.com. Then see your local Ford dealer and score a great offer on the official truck of the Georgia Bulldogs, the Ford F-150. Now, here's the official Chuck of the Georgia Bulldogs, Chuck Dowdle, with our keys to the game.
Let's get after them, Scott. First off, get your mind right to play. You know, it's easy to lose focus with the fat man's arrival in 3 days. But enough about Gillespie. Santa Claus is coming too. Don't forget him. And no visions of sugar plums, but visions of aggressive defense, rebounds, and those high-arcing threes. That's what we want to see tonight. 2, no nice list for us. We want to be on that naughty list, and I mean stealing the ball, running the floor, and then throwdowns at the rim. So let's be naughty tonight. And finally, let's send our guests home back to Beantown with a gift-wrapped lump of coal. I think that'd be a nice present for them to remember a lopsided loss at Stegman Coliseum by.
You know, I think that might be your best keys to the game in the history of keys to the game.
And it's got a very storied history, too.
Good stuff. Yes, indeed. All right, we're about ready for tip-off. It's brought to you by Northside Hospital in Atlanta. Our surgeons have decades of experience with routine and complex surgeries. Today, Northside Hospital leads the Southeast in innovative procedures, performing nearly 40,000 robotic surgeries since 2005. Their confidence and compassion await you in Atlanta. Learn more at northside.com. All right, it's 1-3 Northeastern, 6-0 Georgia. These two teams last met when everybody was a lot younger, 1981. The only previous meeting between these two teams. And Jim Calhoun was the coach at Northeastern. And, of course, Hugh Durham was the coach at Georgia in that illustrious meeting many, many years ago.
Oh.
Now it's been almost 40 years since they've played.
Wow.
The Huskies are 1-5 all-time against SEC teams. They beat Alabama in Charleston, South Carolina, a couple of Novembers ago, November of 2018. And they are out of the Colonial Athletic Association.
You know, Scott, it seems to me that I know Tom Crean is still experimenting a lot with the guys on this team, but he likes this starting five.
I think they've got a good chemistry to get the game started. The opening tap controlled by Georgia, although neither guy hit it on the way up. It was Kamara tapping it on the way down. Walker off the rim. Eboigboden, rebound, putback won't go with the jump hook. Dogs get his miss. Here's Kyer now on the right side of the floor, scoops it underhand back to P.J. Horn for three. Scana Energy three by P.J. Horn.
Boy, that was nice to see, too. P.J., you know, sometimes he doesn't get a lot of points, sometimes he doesn't get a lot of rebounds, but he is always active on the floor.
Dribble it off the wing. Telfort down the lane. Blocking foul called on Kamara. The basket goes for Telfort, and that's 2 on Tumani. That's 2 too many on Tumani. Oh, my goodness. Telfort with the bucket. Jamil Telfort, injured prior to the ODU game. That was their last game on Sunday. They lost it 66-62, so he didn't play against the Monarchs first, and Georgia will inbound the basketball. Down a dozen points here, not even 6 minutes into the ball game. Garcia, one dribble, handoff Wheeler. Down the lane, kick out. Kyer passes a little wide, shot fake, sends it up the wing to Wheeler. He'll shoot straight on 2, right at the top of the circle, and it's good for Xavier.
I'll tell you what, he was drifting a little bit to the right. I was worried about that shot, but it was all net.
15-5. Wheeler's first basket of the ball game. Now it needs some stops here. Garcia stops the baseline drive. 10. Walker going to drive. Dish in the paint to Doherty on the left block. He lays it in with the left hand. It rolls in off the back portion of the rim after it touched the glass. Doherty with his first points. Ned with a three from the left wing. Jonathan Ned pulled the trigger quickly on that one. A Scana Energy three quickly from Jonathan Ned.
Yeah, smooth-looking shot.
17-8. 7 of 9 on three-point shots. That's a very high percentage. Christian Brown slides along the right baseline. Two-handed dunk with the scoop feed from Wheeler. Give Sevier the assist and give Christian the points. His first of the night. It's 22-10.
Play we've seen dozens of times. Sevier takes it inside. Soon as the defender commits to him to pick him up, boom, right off. He ends it.
Three-ball Walker. The guard missed it this time. Christian Brown the rebound. That's what we need more of. Alley-oop by Wheeler. McMillan can't do anything with it. Saves it over the inline. Backhands it into Brown. Over to Wheeler for a three. Around the rim and out. No good. Garcia out of nowhere for the rebound for the Dogs. It's his 7th of the year. He's 7 of 9 on three-point shots. That's a very high percentage. Christian Brown slides along the right baseline. Two-handed dunk with the scoop feed from Wheeler. Give Sevier the assist and give Christian the points. His first of the night. It's 22-10.
Play we've seen dozens of times. Sevier takes it inside. Soon as the defender commits to him to pick him up, boom, right off.
Georgia with the offensive board to keep it alive. Tom Crean almost all the way down to half court, barking out instructions for his team on offense down on the far end of the floor. 8 to shoot. Garcia will do so. Knock down a three. Scana Energy three. Andrew Garcia. His first basket of the night. It's 22-13 now. Dogs still trail Northeastern. He's got 9, and the lead goes to 25-14. Huskies. Garcia going to put it on the floor. Drive from the left edge. Awkwardly.
That counts.
Drives and scores. Falling down and got
We'll
fouled.
take that. Yeah, no doubt. He was out of control, and he'd lost his balance. But, hey, look, it went in, and he's going to the line. Great play.
Indeed. Three-point opportunity for the Dogs. For 6 on threes before that one went, and he got the bounce. Here's Horn trying to answer. That one's all net. He didn't need a bounce. Right corner three by P.J. Horn quickly.
P.J. Horn starting to show what kind of a distance shooter he really is.
28-20. This era, we're all tested and cleared and ready for duty.
We are tested.
Here's Kyer down to the far right end of the floor, curls around on the baseline, down on the block, and hesitates and puts it up and scores on a short little jumper.
The defender backed away from him. You know, you're going to do that all day if the defender leaves you.
28-22. It's down to a 6-point deficit now for the Dogs. First points of the night for Kyer, Georgia's third leading scorer this season, averaging 13 a game. Points, 38-24. Huskies with the lead and the ball. Walker wanted the handoff, couldn't get it from the big guy, Eboigben. Shot blocked beautiful by Horn at the rim. Dogs take it away. Kyer scoops it up ahead. Sevier down the lane. Good driving layup with a kiss off the glass.
Oh, that was highlighted by P.J. Horn, blocking the shot, saving it out of bounds, and then the Dogs went quickly on the break.
The lead is 12 now for the Huskies. Oh, good.
Wow.
14 points in the half for Tyson Walker. He's their leading scorer, averages 16.5 a game. Get it into Garcia on the left block. A little short jump hook, rattles and rolls in there for Andrew. Good. He's got 8 points in the first half now. Makes it 41-28. Hook shot under the basket from the left block won't go. Rebound to Northeastern. They can hold for the final shot. They lead by 10. 14 seconds to go. Walker with Garcia guarding and extending the left arm towards the ball. 10-second lead, or a 10-point lead for the Huskies. Telfort for three. Good. With 1 second to go, and that's how the half will end. Telfort made 4 threes.
Well, kind of fitting
in that first half.
Kind of fitting that they ended with a three. I mean, that was really the story of their offense in the first half.
And unfortunately for Georgia, that three gives Northeastern their largest lead of the game. At 13, no, correction, their largest lead was 15. They lead by 13 at intermission. I'm jumping the gun there, but it's still a double-digit lead for the Huskies, Chuck, 45-32. Northeastern, 9 of 13 on threes in the first half. Ouch. Dogs got some work to do at intermission, and so do we. Zach Jewell will get our work started at the Georgia Power halftime show. He's standing by in the Piedmont Healthcare Network studios. Again, your halftime score in Athens, Northeastern 45, Georgia 32. Halftime is next here on the Bulldogs Sports Network. Dogs able to keep the possession. Wheeler going to drive, bumps Walker at the foul line, then banks it in from 14 feet in the lane. Sevier with 8, 47-34, Huskies lead. Go into the front court. One-handed bounce pass to Horn on the block. He misses the lay-in, too hard off the glass. Ball is loose. Wheeler finds the handle. Scoop shot, left it short. Kamara rebound. Back up and in. Good, Tumani.
I mean, how many opportunities were we going to blow there?
Woo! Northeastern calls a timeout after that exchange. It's 47-36. 18-21 to go. Bill Cohen, the 15th-year head coach at Northeastern, wants to talk it over. We'll take a timeout. Back to Athens after this with our score. Huskies 47, Bulldogs 36 on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. For him. Now Walker going to drive, foul line extended left, missed the jumper. Rebound, Sevier Wheeler. Oh, it kicks it into overdrive, down the lane, scoop shot, good!
There you go.
Boy, he had his head down, and the speed just got faster and faster when he crossed half court.
And that time, Walker, you saw what, when he's got those 3 fouls, he had to kind of step back.
50-38, Dogs down by a dozen.
On that clock, don't they?
9 seconds to go. Telfort dribbles with the right hand. Hook pass, picked off by Kamara. Scoops it up ahead to Kyer. He finds the handle, gets control of the dribble. Slows it down left wing, finds Garcia in the paint, pivot, steps to the basket, lays it in, good, and a foul. Count the basket.
Thank goodness. Beautiful move by Andrew Garcia. We've seen it a number of times. He's great at leaning with that big body of his.
Garcia into double figures with that bucket. He's got 10. The foul on Telfort is his first. Wrong. Give it to Walker. Back up to the right, knocked away, picked up on the roll by Horn. To Wheeler, up ahead to Kamara, behind the defense, and a one-handed jam down the lane.
There you go. Tumani wisely getting out front of that play.
50-43 tonight against the Red of Northeastern. Kyer looked at the three. They got out on him. He's going to dribble and drive, give it to Garcia off his hands, recovers, kicks it to Horn for a three. No good. Too hard off the rim. Rebound knocked loose. Horn picks it up, drives, finger roll, good down the lane.
That's got it to 5.
Horn in double figures with 11. 50-45 is the score now. Georgia the closest it's been since early in this contest. In the game, Dogs work with Wheeler. Explodes off the wing, misses the layup. Garcia with the rebound. Kick it back out. Shot clock down to 5. We didn't touch the iron on that layup. Kamara to Garcia. They get out of the way, and for good reason. A two-handed slam for Andrew Garcia. 13 points for the transfer from Stony Brook. It's a 3-point lead now for Northeastern. Turnover for Northeastern. Dogs could tie it with a 3 here. Make it a 1-point game with a 2. Horn, step back, not going to pull the trigger. Kyer has it above the arc, sends it right to Garcia. He attacks in the lane. Nice through the defense. Scoop shot good. If they're going to give it to you, take it. And Andrew takes it to the rack. 15 for Andrew Garcia. It's a 1-point game, 50-49.
He is so good at that. He kind of just lulls you to sleep.
Mars in the left corner. He breaks towards the basket. Still looking. Sevier fires it to Kamara, far right corner. He's going to shoot it from there. Good! A long 2, Tumani Kamara just inside the arc, and the Dogs have their first lead of the game at 51-50.
Long way up Mount Everest, isn't it?
Indeed. 7 points in the game for Kamara, 6 of those coming here in this half, and that one just put the Dogs ahead for the first time, 51-50. High floater, no good, no iron either. Rebound strong for Northeastern. The Huskies off and running with Walker. Walker to the rack, he bumps with Kamara, throws it way over the iron. The putback, Doherty won't go, rattled out. They still haven't scored. Sitting on the seat of his pants, Garcia gets the rebound. Up ahead, Brown has it now to the rack. Here we go, reverse lay-in good, Christian Brown. Timeout, Northeastern. Wow. Oh, my goodness. Brown with another patented circus shot. Those guys cannot score if their life depended on it down on the far end. Their scoring drought now 9 minutes and 37 seconds. 57-50 Dogs. We've got a timeout with 8:16 to go. Georgia +7 over Northeastern on the Bulldogs Sports Network. Walker now with 16 points. His first points here in half number 2 makes it 57-52 Georgia. Dogs ball, attack with Kyer. Curls down the lane. Beautiful. Banks it in from the right side. Good. Justin Kyer got one-on-one, took him to the backboard, and scored off the glass.
You know, just when they finally get there, too, and had to work like crazy for it, Justin Kyer comes right down, lays it up.
Deep breath by the sophomore from Belgium. Free throw, too deep, back iron, no good. Brown with an offensive rebound.
Beautiful.
Rebounded it, tapped it up high, and then collected it on the missed free throw, and the Dogs have another possession here with Justin Kyer.
You know, the Dogs are not a huge basketball team, but they do a great job on the boards.
Fagan spins on the block. Look at that. Bank shot right off the square after the spin on the left block. Ty Fagan with his first points of the contest. 61-52 now, Georgia. Tumani to Andrew to Kyer. 5 to shoot. Kyer, low bounce feed down on the block. Fagan splits the defense, scoops it up and in. It rolls around the rim and falls through at the buzzer.
You know what was great about that? Andrew had 2 of their guys up in the air and just went around them with that nice spin move.
That was a beautiful organized play by the Bulldogs, and Fagan had 3 defenders on him when he scored. Jump shot. Northeastern won't go. They touch the offensive rebound but can't collect it. Kamara does. Down the lane. Scoops it left. Fagan. Reverse lay-in good. Ties red hot. 65-52. And another timeout for Bill Cohen's team as the Huskies can see it just washing down the drain here with 4:30 to go. They were up 15, Chuck. Now they're down 13.
And still 4.5 to play, Scott.
Crazy numbers here in the second half by Georgia. Complete turnaround of this ballgame. Are they taking the full timeout here?
Yeah, loving every minute of it.
They will. Yes, indeed. 4.5 minutes to go. We'll take the full media timeout with Georgia up 65-52 on the Huskies on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
And they're not as bad as they're shooting here in a second.
Now they just turned it over again down on the offensive end. The Dogs with the ball, 4:10 to go, leading by 13. Garcia's got it back to the basket, hands it off to Fagan. Spins at the elbow, steps back, now drives. Fights towards the bucket and scores. Where'd that move come from? Ty Fagan just shaking his head. You can't stop me. 8 points for Fagan, all in the half. That was a nifty move by the Logtown, Georgia native, the junior, 6'3" and a $195. Now their first 3, well, second 3 of the half, his first in a while. First 3 since the first half to make it 67-55. So Georgia was down 15, and then we were up 15. That's crazy. Dogs with a long 3. Kyer for 3. Scana Energy style. Justin Kyer from the left wing heating it up at Stegman.
Like we say, you answer a 3 with a 3.
70-55. Dogs with a 15-point lead. Northeastern with a basketball. Strong tries a 3. Jason Strong misses, 1 and out. Rebound Dogs. We get it up ahead to Kamara, works his way in the lane, leans in with a right hand and finger rolls it with his back to the rim. Kamara now with 13 points in the ball game, 12 of those here in the half. 2:09 to go, 72-55 Dogs. Now Kyer will slowly take it to the left. Now he picks it up, drives, kicks it out to Brown. Look out, here comes Christian to the rack in the air, lays it up good. He had his knees up around his chest when he was up at the rim. Christian Brown with 7, 74-55. Northeastern's not stopping anything by the Dogs here in the second half.
A 19-point lead now.
It's there. They inbound, work it quickly into the right corner. Telfort for 3, good. We hadn't heard from him in a while, thank goodness. He was hot in the first half. That's his 5th 3 of the night. But too little, too late for the Huskies. 30 seconds, now less than that. It's 74-58 Georgia. Brown with the ball, dribbles to the right wing, feeds McMillan at the foul line. Steps inside the free throw line. Little floater with the right hand, good from 12 feet. First field goal of the game for Tyron McMillan, 6'9", sophomore JUCO transfer from New Orleans. Steal by Brown on the far sideline. 1-on-1. He'll curl around with 3 seconds to go and walk out the clock. How about that ending for you? Christian Brown with a steal. The clock hits triple zeros, and Georgia is a winner, 76-55. 58. Didn't know if they were going to get it done down 13 at the half, but boy, did they ever in the second half.
Yeah, Scott, if I told you at halftime we'd win it by 18, you'd have thought.
You're crazy, man.
Yeah. Chuck, what's in that little cup you're drinking there?
That ain't eggnog.
That's not the sweet tea that I think it is it? But, yeah, that was a great effort by the Georgia Bulldogs in the second half. Not at all like what we saw the team come out to start this game. And I'm sure that Tom Crean pointed that out to them at halftime. Guys, you got to get your mind straight here. Yes, Christmas is coming up this week, and yes, you're going to be going home, but you got a game here. And unless you want to go home disappointed, sad, and come back here and have to open our SEC schedule on a loss, you better come in here and get it right.
Maybe that's what it was all about. As we get the fist bump from the winning coach, I bet you Tom told him in the locker room, if you don't win, you don't go home for Christmas. And they did win, and they get a Christmas break. 76-58 is the final here in Athens tonight. So the Dogs are now 7-0, their best start since the 82-83 Final Four season. And that's 8 straight wins now going back to last season. And that's it for the non-conference play. Mississippi State is the next opponent a week from tomorrow. SEC play begins here in Athens Wednesday, December 30th at 7 o'clock. Bulldogs, and we'll be here for that. Northeastern, with the loss, drops to 1-4 for the season. Stay tuned for our post-game coverage. It's brought to you by Regions, where you can get the Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card. Visit regions.com/GoDogs to order yours today. The Regions Locker Room Report is coming up right after this on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Appreciate our fans enough in the ways that, I mean, they come and you can hear them, you can feel them. I mean, it's just fantastic. And I know that we don't have a lot of people here, right? But the bottom line is we can feel them and hear them. Our music, our game management, our DJ, they're doing such a great job. And so I'm so appreciative of what they've done.
Tom, thanks so much for your time.
Thank you so much.
Merry Christmas, happy holidays, and go Dogs!
You got it.
All right. Coach Tom Crean from a happy Georgia coach's locker room. And
Smokey the Bear Park. That may be an all-time classic right there.
Yes, but I think you were correct. I think the coaching thing will work out. Yeah. Eventually, it'll work out. So just keep at it, right? 76-58 is the final tonight. Georgia comes out on top after trailing by 15 in the half. They win it by 18 and going away 7-0 heading into conference play a week from tomorrow against Mississippi State. So we're going to wrap it up from Athens. Zach Jewell is standing by in our Piedmont Healthcare Network studios. He'll close out our broadcast on the other side of the break. To Zach Jewell, our network studio producer, and to Adam Gillespie, our producer on site here, and to Chuck Dowdle, Merry Christmas to all you guys. Have a wonderful week. Be safe, and we'll see you next week for Mississippi State on December 30th. And don't forget Bulldogs Live with Coach Tom Crean on Monday night at 8 o'clock. So we hope you can join us for all of our Bulldog programming this coming week. But have a great holiday season, everybody, and we'll send it to Zach here back in our network studios. Final score again tonight, Georgia 76 and Northeastern 58. So long from Athens on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Kenneth White Plains, New York. Copyright 2020.
Dogs win 76-58 behind a massive second-half comeback tonight. Today's game concludes our non-conference play for the regular season, and next up will be the SEC opener against Mississippi State when they come to Athens in 8 days on December 30th. Meanwhile, the Lady Dogs are 8-0 and off to their best start in 7 years. They have their SEC opener on New Year's Eve against Mississippi State as well. If you missed the news from Sunday, bowl announcements are out, and our beloved Dogs will be making a short trip to the state capitol as they take on the undefeated and 8th-ranked Cincinnati Bearcats. Kickoff for that game is scheduled for noon on New Year's Day, meaning our full day of Dogs coverage will begin at 8 a.m. across the Bulldog Sports Network. Also, Bulldogs Live with Coach Tom Crean and Coach Kirby Smart will return for another episode on Monday at 8:06 p.m., also across many of these same Georgia Bulldog Sports Network stations. The Dogs win tonight by Dogs win by 18 tonight, 76-58 over Northeastern, and move to 7-0 as they head into conference play next week. For producer-engineer Adam Gillespie, Scott Howard, and Chuck Dowdle on the mics at Stegman Coliseum, I'm Zach Jewell inside our Piedmont Healthcare Studios, wishing you and yours a happy holidays. Until next time, good night, and go Dogs.
On the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network, you've been listening to the Locker Room Report, presented by Regions. Today's coverage has been brought to you by Regions. Get the Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card from Regions. Visit regions.com/GoDogs to order yours today. The preceding has been a presentation of the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network, powered by Learfield IMG College and JMI Sports.